I used to work at Chick-fil A, so I'm going to show you all how to make mock Chick-fil A sandwiches. So what you want to do first is you want to take a jar of pickles and separate the pickles from the vinegar, and you want to set that aside so that the chicken breast can marinate in it. Once you've turned your chicken breast into fillets, you're going to make sure that you soak those in the marinade for about 30 minutes. Flour, paprika, garlic, salt, pepper, and a little bit of brown sugar, milk, and an egg. And mix those last two bowls up separately so that they are ready to go once your chicken is done marinating. Get that peanut oil and get it hot. First, you're going to cook your potatoes. Then grab a fillet, wet, dry, until it looks like this. Once the potatoes are done, go ahead and very carefully put this in the oil. It will be hot. Minutes on each side at medium heat. Enjoy!
Hey guys, want to make a really quick snack? Chickpeas drained and rinsed. Some olive oil in a smoking hot pan. Add your chickpeas. Add some salt. Add some cumin. Garlic powder. Smoked paprika. Onion powder. A little bit more olive oil. Juice of 1 lemon. Just gonna let those get crispy. Put them on a salad. Put them over fish. Put them over chicken. Just leave them on the counter and let people pick them up and eat them. Delicious. You can't go wrong. You can do it.
Let's make another one of my husband's favorite suppers. So tonight I am going to make him chicken and Ritz casserole. It is not the healthiest thing if you are going for healthy, so don't even bother with this if you're going healthy. So first you're going to need 3 cups of cooked and shredded chicken. I already did mine because I had to let it cool and all that fun stuff. Then we are going to add 1 cup of sour cream, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and then I'm going to season it a little bit and I'll be right back. Should look like this when it's done. Season with whatever you have, and next come the crackers. The crackers on top, and then I'm just going to pour over 1 stick of butter over it. In the oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes, and I will show you in another video what it's like when it's done.
So if you're a busy mom, we've got some salt, pepper, and I'm just eyeballing it all, and a little bit of onion powder, or a lot, whatever you want. Now give it a little stir just to mix all the ingredients together. Cover and set on low for 6 hours. Once it's finished cooking, serve over mashed potatoes or biscuits.
You want to treat yourself? Rib cap steak. First we're going to salt it. Remove the salt. Now add pepper. To make sure you get all sides, you can pepper the plate and roll your steak in it. We're gonna add half a tablespoon of butter. Let that melt. And now our steak. Now we're gonna flip it after about 5 minutes. After another 5 minutes, we're gonna sear the side. This takes a bit of patience, but about 30 seconds on each side, holding it with a tongs. Now we're gonna let it rest. Now cut your steak.
All right, guys, this is the perfect dinner to make if you have no idea what to make for dinner. Start with 4 to 5 chicken breasts. Cover in 16 ounces of softened cream cheese. Sprinkle with ranch salad dressing seasoning. Once that's done, you're gonna do garlic powder and onion powder to taste. So I added some garlic powder and onion powder. Next up, we're gonna top with some shredded cheddar cheese. And then I'm gonna top with bacon. You can do bacon bits or pre-cooked bacon. We always have bacon in the house, so Pop it in the oven at 375 for about 45 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through. This will be a family favorite dinner for sure.
Do you want to make a fast weekday meal? This is what you do. You need cream of chicken, green beans, and stuffing mix, and chicken. Let's go. First, you're going to season your chicken with salt, pepper, and garlic. I cut 2 breasts in half, and I season them, and they're ready to go in the crock pot. Now you're going to pour 2 boxes of the stuffing mix all over the chicken. Without making a mess with one hand. Then you're going to take the cream of chicken and spread it all on top, and then sprinkle on green beans, and it's going to be like Thanksgiving dinner. Then drizzle with 1 to 2 cups of water. Put it on low for 6 hours and high for 4.
Hey friends, so this cheesy Cajun chicken pasta is one of my favorites. When you got somebody coming over for dinner and you in a pinch, you just gotta make this, and I promise you they are gonna be impressed and they're gonna think that you put a ton of time into this. I have the recipe at the end for you to screenshot. You just have to season up your chicken really well, add in some nice creamy sauce, pop your chicken back in there, and boom, there you have it. You have some perfect pasta. Don't forget to follow for more.
Welcome to Steak TikTok with Bry, the State Farm guy. First, we tenderize. Then we go ahead and put these bad boys in here. Second, we use a little bit of Dale's steak sauce. Just add a beer. Make it a little bit more tender. And lastly, use your favorite steak seasoning. I use Saltgrass Season 7. And then let these guys rest for about 6 to 8 hours, like for part 2.
You have to stop eating fast food every single day. Spending money on food is still spending money, FYI. I'm talking to those of us who Postmate a $5 meal for 20 bucks. Come to Food TikTok and let me take care of you with some delicious and easy recipes.
So this is my 50-calorie crustless pumpkin pie. It's honestly one of my favorite recipes. It's also vegan. Alright, so 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/3 cup of oat flour, which you can make yourself, it's super easy, 1/3 cup of sweetener, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, then 1 can of pureed pumpkin. Look at that color, fall. And then mix all that together, 1 bowl recipe, that's what we like to see, 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk, and then after that's all mixed together, 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. So that's going to be our thickener for this one. There we go. And now you're going to pour all that good stuff into a greased pie pan and just flatten it out, make it look pretty. Then into the oven at 400 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Whipped cream, yum.
If you really want to impress somebody, make this dessert. It looks amazing and it's actually not that hard to make. Let me know if you guys know what the dessert is. So the hardest part about this dish is going to be the pastry cream. Take 4 egg yolks, add in half a cup of sugar, start whisking, then we're going to add in 2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. After that, you want to get about 2 cups of milk to a simmer, add in some fresh vanilla bean or vanilla extract. Take about 1/3 of that milk mixture, add it to the egg mixture, mix it together, and then put everything back on the stovetop and stir vigorously until your pastry cream bubbles, and then take it off the heat and let it cool. To get an amazing glaze on a puff pastry, I sprinkle some powdered sugar and cardamom on top, put it on the broiler for about 30 seconds and took it out. Now I'm whisking heavy cream and some rose water and folding this into our pastry cream so we get a nice hint of rose water coming through. So you can keep this milfoi really simple by just adding raspberries. I added rose water and pistachios as well, and this was definitely one of the best looking desserts I've made. It's a showstopper you guys need to make.
It's officially fall, which means it's starting to get colder where I live, and it just makes me crave like hearty, comforting meals. So I made a shepherd's pie for dinner tonight, and it turned out so good. I'm not going to say this is a traditional shepherd's pie, but it was really good and it's loaded with veggies, which always makes me happy. I'm starting off by dicing all of my veggies. I'm using celery, carrots, and onions, and then I'm going to throw them in a large pan and let them get nice and soft, and then I'm going to add my beef. Everyone always asks me about that tool. I have a link for it in my bio. I added Worcestershire, Dijon mustard, a little bit of beef broth, and some seasonings. Made sure it tasted good, and then I layered it at the bottom of my pan. The top layer is my cauli mash, which I have a recipe for. The only difference is I added 2 eggs into the mixture. I cooked this in the oven at 450 for 30 minutes, and it came out perfect.